What's up, y'all? Just wanted to give you a quick visual on some of the parameters of the compression and EQ and stuff on the previous post. So here we go. Here is a simple vocal I have. I'll let you hear it raw first.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking, on the wheel on my way to you.
First start with this EQ here, and I want to let you guys hear what's going on. So it's better if you have headphones for this.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do.
You can see that most of the information drops off at about right around 300, 350 around here. So I can high pass, basically low cut, or allowing the high frequencies to pass through. I can take out all the lows right up to about this area right here. So let's hear how that sounds.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do.
So you can listen and tell that you're getting some of the boominess out of the vocal, but it still has the integrity of the way the vocal sounds and the way that her natural sound is. What you don't want to do is come in here and cut too much like this.
LA, knew what I had to do.
Gets way too thin. So what I mean by cut till you hear it is basically bring this high pass cut all the way up.
I flew to LA, knew
Too
what
much?
I had to do. My hands were shaking, on the wheel on my way to you.
And then back it off. So you may even give it a little top end boost here. Let's hear how that sounds.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking, on the wheel on my way to you.
Awesome. I think that sounds pretty good. But let's go to the compression. Let you guys see what's going on here.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking, on the wheel on my way to you.
So you hear a little bit of room noise in the recorded vocal. That's okay. We're just going to compress lightly at a couple compressors at a time. That way we're not squeezing the signal too much at one time where all that room noise is up in the main track.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do.
Don't want this gain reduction going past this 5. And we're using the vintage FET. Next in line is the classic VCA. Let's hear how this sounds.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do.
Just an overall squeeze a little bit more right here. Not a whole lot going on, but just kind of glues everything together.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do.
It even looks like I even layered another Studio FET. I don't know if I was using this. But, you know, don't be scared to use 2 or 3 compressors if that's what it takes to get the signal to sit right. For right now, I'm going to leave that muted. So all we have right now is a little bit of EQ, a little bit of auto-tune, 2 compressors. Let's go to our buses, because this is where the cool stuff happens. So this first bus is a reverb bus. And on this reverb bus, looks like I had chroma verb, but we can also come in here and I'll do silver verb.
I flew to LA, I flew to LA,
And that room size sounds about right, but if it were a shorter phrasing or the song was slower, we'd just increase the size right here.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking.
But we don't want to get it too wishy-washy, so we'll bring the size down back to about where it was.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking.
Gives us a little bit of space there. And I have on bus 3 here. Doesn't matter how you route it, but we'll call this stereo delay. Have a little bit going to this delay. A little bit of high cut happening on each left and right side.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking, on the wheel on my way to you.
A little bit of verb, a little bit of delay, and a couple compressors, and I feel like this vocal is sitting nice. So here it is in reference for the track for this moment.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking, on the wheel on my way to you.
Awesome. So again, here is the raw vocal.
I flew to LA, knew what I had to do. My hands were shaking, on the wheel on my way to you.
And here is our vocal chain, what it sounds like.
I flew to LA, knew what I had On the wheel on my way to you.
I hope that clears up any questions you may have about the previous post.